Eurozone finance ministers have decided to freeze talks on Greece's debt crisis until after Sunday's vote. Earlier, the Greek Prime Minister appeared on national television condemning what he described as blackmail by creditors. And again, he called for the Greeks to vote no to a bailout extension. We spoke earlier to the journalist Philip Pangalos in Athens.
The problem for Greeks now is that since Monday morning, they've woken up with the banks closed. The banks are going to be closed all week. They can only take out 60 euros a day from the ATM machines. And the real economy, which is already in recession, is just sinking deeper and deeper. And this comes at a terrible time. Greece is just going into the peak of the key holiday season, the tourism season. It's the biggest industry in Greece. It accounts for more than 20% of GDP and about 1 in 5 jobs. Now, Greece had something like 24 million tourists last year. They were looking to 25 million this year, which would have been a record year. And it's one of the few things still standing upright here. Now, all this business with the capital controls and the banks being closed and concern about the uncertainty is not doing them any good, and it's not helping last minute bookings. Now, I spoke to the head of the Greek Tourism Federation yesterday, and he was very concerned about the damage being done, and there is a campaign to support the yes vote and accepting the latest austerity measures in a hope that Greece can still save itself despite the default from the IMF on Tuesday night, which in reality is actually they're in arrears. There's still a little bit of time to pull a rabbit out of the hat and do a deal. The problem is that the so-called institutions, which is the European Commission and the ECB and the IMF, who are sort of frozen out of the picture at the moment, don't even want to talk to the Greeks till after the referendum. And Mr. Tsipras was defiant when he addressed the nation on Wednesday for the 3rd time in a week, again urging Greeks to vote no. It's not clear how this is going, but like the feeling I get with the banks closed and people having to queue up at ATMs, and pensioners can only draw out up to a maximum of 120 euros of their pensions. People are suffering. There's concern that the economy is sinking, and the yes vote is possibly gathering momentum. Uncertain times, very difficult for Greeks who initially were numbed, and now I think they're very, very worried.